All right, little boy. So normally I would hold food back until after I worked him, but this morning, first 2 or 3 days, I'm gonna let him know where the water's at, where the food's at, and that kind of thing. Get him in the routine pattern, and I want him eating good. I'm gonna go down to Tractor Supply and get his DHLPP today. Breeder was gonna pop him yesterday, but I decided I didn't want him to. I was gonna hold until this weekend. He's 8 weeks old now, but just for the aspect of the calendar and to be right on it, the first, right? Then we'll pop him with that, and then you have a good history of exactly when he got his shots, right? He already got shot what's called Neopar. It's a special product just for parvo, and those that are pretty good breeders and stuff, we all have this little trick nowadays. We use this product because it's a very good product, and we start our shot schedule early, about 5.5 weeks. Pop him with one Neopar, you wait 2 weeks, pop him with another. Brings up their immunity towards the parvo, and most breeders that use this don't have problems anymore with parvo as long as you don't have parvo in your environment, right? So it's just kind of a little trick, a breeder's trick, because sometimes parvo takes hold and we lose whole litters, and I've had friends that have lost litters. So that being the case, this is a new product. It's called Neopar. It's an excellent product, but then you start your DHLPP, which is your standard 5-in-1. You piss and shit on my floor, you're going to get in trouble. Good boy. Come on, baby. Let me get your toys. Come on. Let's get your toys. He already went outside, so he should be fine, huh? Get it. Oh, get it. I got to get him understanding my noises, right? What means what. He doesn't have it. Get it. Get it. When I say that, it's always away from me. And yes is always into me. Yes is your terminal bridge marker. Now, if you want to learn all this stuff, you can, and get yourself a primer. The stuff that I'm doing is all Michael Ellis, like I said before, and on Leaberg. It's called leaberg.com, and I can send you the link. But there's a couple good videos that I live by. One of them, anything that's to do with puppies, but you're not going to be dealing with a real young puppy stage, is used. But Michael Ellis has some good videos on puppies. But you're not going to be dealing with that because he's going to be 4 months when he comes to you. He's still going to be a young dog, don't get me wrong, but he'll be through a lot of these stages because I'll be doing a lot of stuff with him, setting up his potty training, all his basics, learning to learn is going to be established already, and you won't have to go through that. You'll have him at a little bit older age and hook up with Carlos, and then Carlos will get you started on his end, and he's got his method. Like I said, we have a lot in common because of our horse background, so that's why I really respect Carlos. Besides, he's a hell of a bite doctor. That's what we call it. This guy actually that markets himself as the bite doctor, and he does a lot of the stuff for the law enforcement as well in that aspect. And I would consider Carlos a bite doctor because he definitely knows what he's doing and understands how to get the dog to push and all the basics using classical and operant conditioning, which we use in our whole base sport of training. It's basically the science of training. And so that's what we use. So there's not much difference than this whole stuff that I use with Michael Ellis. So, but if you really want to get into it, get into Forrest Mickey's Healer's Toolbox. It's a series 1, 2, and 3. Start studying your terminology. It's the most important part. Classical conditioning, operant conditioning, get a good understanding of it. In fact, Carlos goes over that when he did that class. I sent you that video that he just did a AWPDA, whatever it is, I don't know what it stands for, but I think it's the law enforcement stuff. And he did a educational seminar for them on online type of presentation that I sent you, and you already got to watch that. But real important to learn the science of dog training and get it in your head, right? As I get going with my people, I get to a point like with this breeder friend of mine, a good friend, and I've got another dog guy that I'm hanging around that thinks he knows everything, and I'm trying to get him to understand how to use your gut. I mean, the intellectual side and the science and all that, and the intellectual side of things is very important. But as you get going and you get to be knowledgeable, like somebody like Carlos has been around and been doing this for a while, you start to learn to respect and understand what your gut gives you. And you go off your gut because your knowledge is always going to be there. And it's going to be getting used by your brain. You may not think about it, but the intellectual knowledge you take in will be there. But as you go along and you start dealing with dog training and doing this, it becomes a natural reaction and you start to use your instincts and your gut. And so I start trying to teach people how to use what I call the gut feeling of dog training. I get into that aspect of it in my level of abilities at this point in time. I'm not the world's best trainer. There's a big adage I've got. You never stop learning, you never stop growing, and I never stop reaching. And that's the same way any good dog trainer is, because this trade is such a cool trade because it never ends. Every dog is going to teach you something new, right? Every dog is going to be something. Every customer and dog is going to teach you something new, right? It's really a cool thing. Huh, Dante? Huh, Dante? Dante, good boy, good. Hi, Dante. That's your name, buddy. You're going to learn that in the next couple days, huh, Dante? Huh, yeah. All right, I'll let you go. I yak at the screen a little bit too much. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got another dog going to. I got to go deliver a dog and get him off my hands, and I'll be pretty much dog free. I'll have 3 dogs after that. Starting out for 10, I went down to 3 within a week and a half. Yeah, I got a friend of mine that's really good. He's an ex-dog man himself, but he's got a network of marketing, online marketing that he's got built up. And when he posts for dogs, they all come running. He hasn't been doing his thing for probably 4 or 5 years. 6 years maybe even, so he's dropped off, but all these guys have still got him on their list as far as when his posting, like Instagram and all that. He posts out and they know who he is. We all know each other. So I'll talk to you later. It's a very small world, the dog world. In a general sense, it really is. That's why we got to be careful what we say about people, and you got to be really respectful in that regards, because you never know where the word's going to get back, huh? Yeah, huh? Yeah. Ho ho, good. Good boy, good. Good boy, good. Good boy, good. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. We're gonna have some fun, Dante. Yes, we are.